Now we're going to take a look at probably the most important part of this section, finding the equation of an exponential function given 2 points. Like some of the other things that we've done, there's actually two cases that we have. Case 1 is going to be that the y-intercept is actually given. So in other words, we're going to have a point that's, say, 0, y1, but we're going to know that the x-coordinate is 0. And so that's going to be the first thing that we're going to take a look at. When that's the case, we're going to substitute in the y-intercept, and then we're going to substitute in the second point, because again, we need 2 points to do this. We're going to substitute in the second point to find the growth factor, or base b. So for example, suppose I want to find the equation of the exponential function such that f at 0 is 72.3 and f at 3 is 124.9344. So notice, if I converted those 2 points, or those two statements, into points, I'd have the point 0, 72.3, and I'd have the point 3, 124.9344. So the first thing I do if I follow my steps is I notice I do have the y-intercept, and so that goes in as my a. So I have y equals 72.3 multiplied by b to the x. And then step 2 said substitute in a second point to find the base b. And so I'm going to substitute in, and I substitute in 124.9344 equals 72.3 times b cubed. And now to solve this, I divide both sides by 72.3, and that gives me b cubed is 124.9344 divided by 72.3 equals b cubed. Now, to solve this, I take the cube root. Please do not confuse this with what we did in the last section, where we took the log of both sides. We will be able to take the log of both sides when the item we're solving for, when the variable we are looking to find is in the exponent. That's when we will take the log. Notice in this case, the variable we are solving for is not in the exponent. We know the exponent. And so what we do here when we know the exponent is we take the appropriate root. So since I had b cubed, I'm going to take the cube root of both sides. That will leave me with b on the right-hand side, and then it will leave me with a cube root of 124.9344 divided by 72.3, and I would compute the cube root, and that would give me b equals 1.2. And so my final equation becomes f at x equals 72.3 multiplied by 1.2 to the x. Now a couple of quick comments on computing the cube root. Your calculator has a cube root function on it, but I have to confess, sometimes if I want to do a particular root, I actually do it this way in my calculator. So if I want to do the nth root of some number, what I actually put in my calculator is I put in parentheses, I put the number, and then I raise it to the 1 over n power. So if I had wanted to do this in my calculator without finding the cube root button, I could have actually done 124.9344 divided by 72.3, all in parentheses, raised to the 1 over 3 power. And that's actually the way I do the computation. You'll notice one last statement that I made before I finished the problem off. I said, remember, or please do not round until the final answer. If you do round, it's going to introduce lots of error, and especially when you're going to try to check your answers with those in the book, your answers will be off enough that you'll question whether you did the problem correctly or not.